I apologize for cutting out last week, but I got terribly sick with a flu, which apparently is going around. And working from home, I have not had a flu infection since 2019 when I got the COVID on a flight back from Singapore into New York. So it just totally knocked me out, and I'm still recovering. But in any case, I'm back to normal schedule. And before I start this video is going to show you some of the performance in field of my new scooter, the Mule as I call it. Officially speaking, this is a Chinese-made disposable scooter you can buy directly from their website. I have provided links before on previous videos, but check the links below and you can find a way to get it if you're interested in a scooter like that. But before I go, I just want to highlight a new feature on my shopping page. I also have links below in the description section, but also on my shopping page, while you're on it, there is now an email list link. And if you click on it, it's going to take you to an email join page. This is what the page looks like. And you enter your email here, whatever your email happens to be, and click the join list, and I'm going to have your email attached to my list. I'm not going to bother you with emails too often. I will send out some updates here and there, but this is mostly just in case something happens to my YouTube channel so that I would be able to keep in touch. Keep in mind at the bottom of my homepage there are also social media links. You can email me directly. You can join me on a variety of platforms. I'm not really active on all of them, but I'm definitely on Facebook, a little bit on X, Pinterest a little bit, TikTok not really. But there are so many ways to keep in touch just in case something happens to the YouTube channel. And here I am riding in my neighborhood. This is in the Mid-Hudson region. This is a suburb of New York, about 70 miles away from the city. And the scooter I have is the Mule, which is properly called the is-in-wheel scooter. Here I'm showing you a little bit of an uphill. I have a 500 watt motor in the front wheel, and I'm not doing high speeds because I'm trying to save energy on uphill. Plus there is traffic, as you can see. There are some people jumping in and out of cars, but it can totally handle an uphill with 500 watts. And here I'm showing you how you can maneuver off the road and on the sidewalk. Now in certain areas like in Manhattan, they don't allow these scooters on the sidewalk. You can still do it if you are really careful around people. Just go slow and don't go near anybody. Be aware of dogs, kids, strollers, that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I've really never had any problem. Also, going into the stores has never been a problem. You can see at the top of the scooter a little bit. The handlebar is incredibly narrow. It's ridiculously narrow. The top speed is electronically set at 21 miles an hour, which is kind of risky with such a narrow handlebar. And I rarely go that far up, except in this video you will see that. Now here I'm going to show you this new parking area they have been constructing. This is a solar electric car parking place. There is no 110 outlet for our e-bikes, unfortunately. The whole thing is set up as incompetently as you would expect from a municipal government. And what they have is slow charging, level 2, that's 240 volts. So the average car is going to take overnight to really charge. But they don't allow you to leave the car here overnight. So you're supposed to leave it during the day, but that's when you're driving. So you can only leave it for an hour or two if there is some business nearby. The whole thing is a joke. They put up all that space, all those parking spaces for cars, and there's no point for anybody to really park there because this is not a location close to anything. So why would anybody go out there? I mean, I just rented some electric cars. Unless you have the Tesla supercharger or level 3 charging, It's gonna take you an hour to get 15 miles of range. Why would anybody even bother to drive on that? So these idiots just keep on doing the stupid things they have always been doing. Now this scooter, the Mule, has cruise control, and there is a beep that sounds if you maintain a speed for a while. I'm going up to 21 miles an hour here. You can see it's going faster. This is about the point where I reach 21. So this is what it looks like, and it's not a huge amount of speed, but it does feel rattling on a scooter with rock hard non-inflatable tires and a very narrow handlebar. So I only do speeding in areas like this where there is a very smooth surface. This greenway was completed, what, maybe a year and a half ago. So this is all brand new stuff. And this, there was a little bit of an uphill. I slowed down to about 18 and I'm back to 21. And this is what it looks like. I must say it's quite an exhilarating experience to speed at 21 an hour on those tiny wheels. Maybe not on the bicycle, but on the scooter it does feel pretty intense. And you can see me catching up with most of the bikes. I mean, 21 an hour is as fast as any upright bike is going to go on the road. The only people who can maintain speed like that are the people I call the beast. You can see them from far away. They typically ride some high-end aerodynamic frames costing at 3,000 and up, and you can see their legs. They all have frog legs, so you see them. These are just some average people, so I easily pass them. But your speed on this $350 scooter is going to match the fastest road bikes that cruise on the road. Now, in downhills, they could go faster than you. Even on flat ground, if they stand up, if they are the beast, if they do have frog legs, then they could theoretically accelerate even up to 27, 28 an hour. But they're not gonna be able to hold on to that speed. So eventually, you are going to pass them anyway. And as you can see on this uphill, it's still pretty fast. I'm doing about 18 an hour, even on the uphill. That's about a 10% elevation, so pretty steep. And here I start going downhill, and for some reason I'm much more fearful of speed on the downhill than on the flats, so I never get it up to 21. I'm sticking to 17, 18, slugging down. I mean, it's not slugging down, this is pretty good speed, but definitely a lot slower than I could go, and a lot slower than a road bike would, because a road bike you can get up to 30 miles an hour easily on a downhill like this. In case you're interested in the location, this is just a connector they built recently to connect Marist College and a new project at the end of this greenway to the main Empire State Greenway, which goes all the way from the Great Lakes to Albany and down to New York City. And here you can see in the background that new project. That was some kind of an old institution or factory or what it was. Really nice 19th century buildings, and they are rebuilding, renovating everything, and it's going to be an army of deep-pocketed yuppies moving in there, probably in maybe 26, 27, assuming that we still have a country by then. And here I'm doing off-roading. I'm not stepping down. This is all the capability of the scooter. 500 watts with 9-inch wheels, and I'm totally riding using the power of the motor. Here I have to step off because there is a curb, but other than that, it can do off-roads pretty easily. I have front and rear suspension, so it's an okay deal for $350. Would I prefer this to a Dualtron or a VPAT scooter? No way. I would rather get those scooters, and next time I'm getting one of those. But for the next year or two, this is gonna be enough. I can easily go into stores. I don't need to fold anything. I believe I have a link to my favorite cotton bags in my shopping page, which is linked. So if you're interested in the setup, you can very easily do it. I don't need to use coins to get a basket. I don't need to push anything around. I do push the scooter around indoors because otherwise they will bark at you, even in the suburbs. And so this is the Infield in a nutshell. I'm leaving a link below if in case you want to check out the scooter. In my opinion, planning on the long term, you are better off following the links on my main website to look at really top level scooters and rides. This is just something I got as a temporary solution, not having $1,000 or $2,000 to suddenly come up with, especially after I suffered an injury a couple of months ago. So for me, this is a temporary solution. For other people, maybe this is the budget that you have. This is the best you can do. And as you can see, you have front and rear suspension. You have UL approved, not just the batteries, but the whole item. So you should be safe. It's legal to ship into New York. And if it's legal in New York, it's probably legal everywhere. Is it perfect? Is it a masterpiece like a WePad scooter? No, it's not, but it does the job well. That's why I'm calling it the Mule, because it's nothing to brag about, but it certainly helps in daily life a great deal, whether you are in the suburbs or in the city center. This is it for now, and
I'll be back.